Is going to be, this is going to be actually our last match of the day today. Because of the forfeits, we don't have many replays to actually cover, and I don't know, it's one of those days where you might be able to tell, but I can kind of just feel that my casting is not actually really that great today. It's really kind of something that is leaving a lot to be desired, let's put it that way. So, yeah, a little bit of a shame, but it's just the way life feels a bit today. So we're just going to be casting this today, and then we're going to be calling it a day. And that will be about that, really. That will be about that. So, our last live match of the day, our last matchup of the day. Hopefully you've enjoyed Group B. We're going to be back with Group C on Wednesday the 30th of August, and Group D on Friday the 1st of September, followed by the playoffs on the 2nd and 3rd of September as well. So do look forward to that. As we set on up, and just look to see what's going to happen as we go into game number 1 of this series. Couple things on the way up, an SCV of Shana going to come and scout in towards the main base here already to have a little bit of a look around. Couple overlords from Blah just moving around themselves to see what they can get up to. And there is that command center going to start building here over on the natural expansion. So CC does start to build on up. Depot will be lowered. And there's a couple of Zerglings already sort of splitting up in different directions. The pool first, just going to give Bly the chance to get across the map with Lings and try and see what's going on early. And now he's going to lead him into a very fast roach run as well. So some very fast aggressive play here out of Bly. And Shana, I mean, he saw the pool first and the hatch and the gas, but he hasn't realized the roach run. And he's not currently scouting with this Reaper, keeping it at home. As you do see the Zerglin going to run up the ramp and try and delay the CC and Marine here as well. Thing is, if you make the Marine is meant to be used to defend against the Lings that run in. And so, by not using the Marine and keeping the Reaper at home as well, it does actually leave this sort of, leave this in a situation where Shana doesn't scout for exactly what Bly is doing. Like, this is exactly what Shana's build is meant to do in a way. Build the Marine so the Reaper can go and scout and find out if there's roaches or not. But he's not being able to do that, and so the scout on the roach run is going to come in so late. I mean, he's going to maybe see the roaches going to be popping out here in a moment. The queen's on the low ground. There is only one queen. As roaches pop, this Reaper will go down, and the roach push will begin to move across to the left-hand side of the map. I don't like the bunker on the low ground, if I'm going to be honest. It feels like the bunker on the low ground is the one which will be picked away at so easily here. And yes, we'll see as time goes by. Bly is going to make his decision as to what he builds as a follow-up to this as well. Currently an Overlord. I mean, he'll probably use 150 gas on 2 Ravagers, and he is actually just going to drone back at home. Okay, so Ravagers on the way. I'm just not really confident about this first bunker being held. 3 Marines going to be inside of it as these roaches arrive. There's going to be a Cyclone popping out, but even that is not going to be a lot here. As we're going to be seeing the roaches getting ready to lead this charge up the ramp. I mean, the Cyclone will be here to help fight with this, but where's the repair going to be? Actually backs away and doesn't fight this just yet. Bly going to wait a little while longer. Okay, he'll wait for another Ravager at the very least then, so he has triple Corrosive Bile to kind of help bust this down a little bit faster. Now 3 Marines on the way at a time. He actually does get that tech lab up on this other barracks. It was a 2-1-1 opening here, just obviously a little bit changed with the fact he built a Cyclone to help him with the defense. I'm surprised Bly isn't looking to get so much done. As we're going to be seeing this Cyclone gets a hit on it. Takes a hit once again. Ravagers to the left-hand side or the top are going to be trying to pick their way through that supply depot. A few Marines pushing out to try and defend, but Bly making the most of this again. Another couple of corrosive biles. And just get rid of the depot. Cyclone still dealing good damage. The roach falls. And now we're just going to be seeing these roaches and Ravagers again, looking around to see what they can do. Back at home, Bly starts with the 2-base lair. Get to see what exactly his overall plan is going to be. Maybe he could Nidus network it. Maybe. He is building some more queens. Going to 3rd queen now. 3rd hatchery will start up shortly though, so maybe just a transition into 3 bases kind of very slowly off the back of this aggression. I mean, obviously it's a bit of a weird location to be in than what you might usually expect to be up against, etc. So it's not really kind of a terrible thing, I would say, that Bly is going to be playing from this sort of location. I mean, he knows what's up I'm sure he's played from this sort of location before. Link speed starts up for him, and Evo Chamber 2, probably the Carapace upgrade. I wonder if he tries to play the fast hive again from here, throws the infestation pit down, and just plays like that Roach Ravage Infest into super fast ultras. I guess it's possible. Do you see these two medevacs coming up towards the upper right hand side? Going to be unloading the main base here in a few moments. And this is where maybe Shana can find some damage. As we do see, initial corrosive bowels will just miss completely, and Overlord going to go down here. Fly's not close to a supply block, but now he is. 76 over 76 as 2 Overlords went down. Now the first Ravager going down as well. Queen here also going to drop. Drones are being pulled into this. Cyclone still fighting. Another Ravager going down as well, and Shana is actually doing a lot of damage right now. Bly going to get the opportunity now to push this away. I'm so surprised Bly didn't try and bust down the bunker initially. It feels as though he never even tried to with that Cyclone there. When he really could have done. I mean, he's probably going to lose a roach or two, but if he keeps making roaches, then maybe you can just bust through after that once the bunker's down. I guess it's a tough call. He doesn't see everything we see. I mean, for us it makes a lot of sense, right? But from Bly's perspective, it's a very different scenario because he doesn't know what's being built as part of the defense. It's a weird one. It's a tough one. Going to be seeing these Marines. Is going to be working their way through that Overlord. It will go down. So Overlord does fall, and we're just going to be seeing Marines, tanks, Cyclone. Going to be loading up. Another push coming in from Shana here shortly. He actually doesn't have a little bit of SCVs as well. No, just more Marines. Okay, so he's going to boost across the map. I mean, Roach is still on the way out. Carapace upgrade coming through. An infestation pit about to finish. Not too sure. Queen's already coming in position here. Bly ready to turn around and attack like this, and Shana turns around immediately as well. Scans in the main to see what's there. Will now just boost at the front instead, where he will unload and I guess begin to siege perhaps. Roach is here from Bly, and he could try and push into this, but I mean the tanks make it very scary and very difficult for him to actually commit forwards. This one, weapons about to complete just after combat shields as well. I mean, all these upgrades coming into play now for Shana. You'd imagine it's a great time to start a fight. Third CC starts to build in location behind this as well. Tanks much further forwards. A scan comes down to get rid of a couple of creep tumors. And as those creep tumors go down, we're going to be seeing still these units just trading away whenever possible. The Queen gets picked off towards the front. Infesta maybe going to go down here right from the get-go. Overseer Morphin's going to get picked off as well. These Lings on the high ground are in trouble. Now the Roaches have to push back up into the high ground position, which means moving through the siege tanks. And that's going to be a bit of an issue, and Bly is just dead. Bly is just going to be dead. Queens keep on dropping, and Ravager goes down as well. And I mean, well, these Queens are just going to get picked off. Queens keep on dropping down. Corrosive Dials don't quite connect. And we're just going to be seeing Bly is going to drop game number 1 to Shana here. Chinese Terran player. Off the back of a very weak all-in initially from Bly that really did nowhere near the damage it was supposed to do. Bly is going to be dropping this first game. Catalina feels like the Terran map though. In the map pick, I imagine Bly would probably not pick Catalina. And so Shana going to win his own map, which is still important to take note of though. I mean, still a win. It's still a point on the table. And Shana looking very good for this. Now let's go into game number 2 of Shana against Bly. It's to the top left hand side. Our red Zerg is going to be from Team Expert. It is Bly. Bottom right, our pink Terran. It's Shana. How many series we got left since Liquipedia looks pretty empty? This is going to be our last series of the day. The thing is with Liquipedia, they were actually withholding results so that they didn't spoil anything that I might cast from replays. But we're not going to cast from any replays today. We're just going to be kind of casting this series, and then we're going to be done. So the results should be up on Liquipedia, hopefully pretty soon. In fact, I can even maybe say. Just that admin know they can update the rest of Liquipedia, because for me, yeah, but initially it was being withheld so that I could cast replays, but we're not going to cast replays today. We're just going to call it a day after this. It's one of those days that feels like, ugh, I don't know. We're all going to be back same time tomorrow, though, by the way. We're going to be running a... we're actually going to be running a really cool tournament, which is going to be WardiTV Weekly 14. But it's going to be held on the is going to be held on the balance test mod. So we're going to get to see all those balance changes in action tomorrow. So look forward to that. I actually think it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing the changes myself in action, because I haven't really been able to see too many games being played on it. Haven't caught many streams in the last couple of days. As we get set up and ready to roll, we'll look to see what's going to happen here. As Bly moving down towards the lower right hand side with this Overlord. Reaper from Shana will be coming up through the center as well. And this factory just going to be finishing up shortly. The builds this game much more standard. Going into that Hellion base opening from the Terran. Going in towards the hatch gas pool, trying to get into a third hatchery here from Bly. So very standard stuff, really just going to be seeing kind of a passive early game here. And I wonder if Bly does, again, look to play that kind of super, basically what he did on Odyssey, like the super fast ultras, playing straight into early game in the early stages. I wonder if he goes for that yet again here against Shana, like he did against Semper before, or if he has maybe a different plan lined up for himself. Bly jumps in towards the natural mineral line with a couple of these Zerglings already. A few of them peel away to the right-hand side. So a few of them peeling away over to the right. So you're seeing these couple of Zerglings going to be getting picked off by those Hellions. Balance patch pop chunk says Crazy Jack. Do come and sign up as well, by the way. I definitely think it's open to everyone, so, you know, if you guys want to play, you're very well going to come and play in tomorrow's event. Really, I'm looking forward to it. It should be great, so hopefully you guys feel the same way. Viking comes in and we'll be able to get rid of this Overlord, so Overlord will go down. Hellions here just still gathering together between the main and natural. It's going to be a Cloak Banshee play this time. I mean, the Overlord did get to scout the Cloak Banshee. Still sees the Hellions are being made as well, so it's good information for Bly, and in response he does start up a Roach Roaring in the natural expansion. So he's able to start that up and get that going. Another Overlord goes down. This Viking already 2 kills back to back, and now going for, well, actually there's a couple of Zerglings up here. I thought it was an Overlord, but yeah, I mean, you're going to keep on hunting and go for some more Overlords as the game goes by. Bly saving up quite a bit of money. Obviously wants to make a good chunk of Roaches. We are going to be seeing the armory coming down. It is going to be that Hellbat attack in the near future. Let's see what Shana can do with this. 10 Roaches on the way out. And there's 10 Roaches going through. Just going to be seeing the Viking poking his way through that Overlord as well. Queen comes in and pushes that Viking back towards the center. Banshee coming up towards the middle, and again, the Hellions will now make their move out onto the map. Good amount of them here, 8 in total. Lings on the way, Roaches already out, 10 of them. I wonder if Bly's aim is to actually defend this to the point where he can just immediately counterattack afterwards. It'd be pretty interesting, because behind this he also has no evos, no upgrades or anything. He's actually sneaking those Roaches down the left-hand side, and the Lings around the right. Maybe he actually just wants to go straight up counterattack anyways. Now that's going to push on a creep, and now Bly sees that he will bring his Roaches back, so maybe this wasn't going to be kind of a Hellbat-based defense from him in the first place. Now he has to pull back to start dealing with this. The third hatchery already taking damage. The Queen's out on their own over here. And these Roaches now, they do arrive, and the Queen will have to, Banshee will have to start helping out with those. The Queen's being chased still. One of them gets away, the other going down. This could be a kill on this hatchery. This Viking, I think, might want to land and actually helping out as well. Another Banshee coming on through here. Lair isn't finished, so no more about detection, by the way, which means that just straight up there's not detection on this third hatchery. One of these Queens goes down. There's a Spore Crawler moving into position, but it's going to be another dead Queen. 2 Queens down, and these Banshees are still going to be raining in the skies. Counterattack of Roaches now begins to move across the map. Some Ling is already over here, forcing some SCVs to pull off the line. Banshee's going to pull out a cloak now, and, well, 43 SCVs to 41 drones. Bly, can you do damage with these Roaches right now? If he can, this could be okay, but if he can't, this could become a bit of an issue very, very quickly. Roaches push forwards, and we will see the CC building up in the next on the ramp here. And we're seeing the Roaches continue to work their way through this. And CC going to be cancelled. So third CC cancelled, and this is going to be Bly getting some counter damage done. Marines will start doing some damage. SCVs pull in. The Viking arrives, but the Banshees are still mid-map. In the end, the Roaches will be cleaned out, though. So Roaches get cleaned out, and that's going to be all good. Infestation put on the way up, and Bly with the Carapace upgrade about to start. He is looking to play, I feel, that fast hive tech once again, like we've seen from him previously today so far. Roach speed about 75% of the way done. A couple of these barracks from Shana. Going to be finishing up in the next few moments as well. Banshee's still across the map, and this is something which I thought was going to be an issue previously. But then I thought Shana had actually missed his opportunity to kill this third hatchery with the Banshees. I mean, here comes some Queens, and they do have Transfusers. When this Transfuse goes down, Banshee's running out of energy right now. Queen's Transfuse again. There's one more available, and it's going to go down right here. Banshees will commit onto it. He's just going to go for it. He's going to try and get it, and he does get it with the final hit of that Banshee. Third hatchery goes down. Well, that's kind of crazy. Well, that's a big pick-off right there, as you see the hatch getting picked off in the fourth base. Well, it is on the way up, but it's not here yet. Two Infestors on the way out as Bly sets up into this. Shana might be on his way to a 2-0. Look at the upgrades. 1-1 finish, 2-2 started. Third CC building in location. Not sure why he stims across the map for these Marines. What does Bly actually have? He's currently down 25 army supply with 1-1 upgrades against him. Shana might just end the game right here. Shana just finding ways to be aggressive, finding openings to be aggressive, and isn't afraid to push forwards, it feels like, compared to when Semper got ahead against Bly. He was very nonchalant about actually attacking. He was very passive. He just sat back a lot of the time, and that kind of came back to kind of hurt him a little bit. We'll see the push to the left-hand side towards the fourth base, which is actually kind of weird. It's kind of up now before the third is, because the third died. We'll see what happens. Tank siege jump on the low ground. Infestors don't have fungal energy for just a couple more seconds, and that's kind of huge. That fungal goes a long way to helping out with this. The tank actually out of range now, as we're going to be seeing a stem forwards, and he will just grab this Infestor, but it costs him being sat in another fungal for a little while longer, and those Marines therefore go very low. Tank sieging up again, and now this fight comes back in towards siege tank fire. Corrosive File's not going down on the tanks though, and I feel as though that's a big mistake, as now these Ravagers are going to be segregated from the rest of the army. Bly, remember, if he loses this game, is out of the competition. He will be eliminated from the group, as we're going to be seeing the tanks, well, one of them on the low ground killed by infested Terrans, the other one going down now as well, but is it too late? So many Marines are here. The fourth base at least will go down. Shana will just lift up and back away from this. Probably just reinforce with 2-2 upgrades in the near future and just go once again. Bly being limited to what he can achieve in this game, with his bases just dropping time and time again. Marine's going to start unloading to the left-hand side, and we are going to see another factory on the way up as well. Shana continue to set up into this. Chinese Terran player really impressing us so far today. If he finishes this group in second place, I don't even know what to say about that. It'd be absolutely crazy. What a upset it would be from what we were maybe expecting this group to be. If there was anyone I was expecting to kind of make an upset today, I really thought it was going to be Goblin, but he didn't really shine as we thought he might. And Shana, who is the current shining star of the underdogs here in Group B of the competition. Factory comes in, drops down the tech lab. And you see Marines just on either side of these watchtowers just getting picked off as well. Roach will come in and clean it out also. As you see the +1 melee about to finish, +2 Carapace on the way through as well. 5 more Roaches on the way up, another Infestor starting to build. Drops around the map, Shana just building up, but again with 2-2 finished against currently 1-1. Maybe it's time to head on the map and see what he can do. Love the Infestor just in the middle here, just sort of sat waiting for an army, seeing if anything shows up. Seeing if he can get on top of that army, just cause a bit of chaos. Just upside this medevac going to come around and see what he can get done as well. There's these Roaches, Ravagers, and a few Zerglings just gathering up together. Marines going to come in towards the main base and start to unload. Getting a few Roaches up to the top right, going to start to burrow as well. Looking for harassment possibilities, looking for chances to get damage done. He's pushing forwards again. Just going to be seeing the Queen starting to target down this medevac here. Good push through the center. This, I mean, single infester. I mean, what a great fungal opportunity. But the problem is right now, he'd rather get behind the army and do the fungal during the fight. Ooh, he shows himself at the last second. Oh my god, Bly! What was that? The first fungal completely misses. The second fungal's good. But it's not really during the fight, right? Oh, that medevacs though. Ah, they boost away in time. Bly's in trouble right now. As you see at the same time, a drop on this Wolf base. The Roach run by shut down as well. Will not be able to do enough here at all. And Shana pushing forwards. Already cleaned out a lot of the creep here towards the center. And more of it going down once again now. Liberator's pushing in as well just for safety's sake. Playing it slow, playing it steady. Shana's seconds away from finishing this group in second place. And wow, what a set of results this would be to see, again, Bly, I think, getting knocked out. Be absolutely crazy. You're going to see those libs on siege and going to push forwards again. Already that drone going down here as we're going to be seeing the stim coming down, and we are going to see Corrosive Bile gets dropped. Liberator takes some damage, but this base will be broken. Bly, once again, I feel as though it's a bit like deja vu. We've seen him being pushed back to just this base over on the left side. I feel like that's happened already here today, as we're going to be seeing the to the right hand side, the SCV is pulling in to get rid of these couple of roaches. And Shana going to push up this ramp, and here we go. Corrosive Biles doing a little bit more damage again, pushing up the ramp. Then roaches and ravagers going to be looking to do just a little bit more, and we're going to be seeing, we do see kind of liberators getting picked away at, and again another couple of Biles forcing these Marines and Marauders backwards. Another few Biles once again. Army comes over to the left hand side. We'll see the extractor and soon to be the hatchery falling in the next few moments. Yeah, I mean, does he even need to go for the hatchery? I don't really think so. I think he can just keep pushing towards the natural. These infestors are going to go behind, and infested tearing up the siege tanks. The tanks may very well go down to that if he isn't careful. He'll come back and he will defend them. The infested terrans go down. The tanks survive. Corrosive Biles on the tanks now. But the problem is there's only really Ravagers here, and so the Bioforce will just pick its way through that. 3-3 against 2-2. Terran army overrunning the Zerg right here. 2 more tank siege. The Corrosive Biles don't matter right here. The drones are continuing to fall. The natural, of course, has fallen already. GG. Shana 2-0's Bly.